Michelle Morgan.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Well, I'm, up and down.
Yeah, exactly. As I was typing your name this morning for something, I realized that we're both MMs, like Mike Morris and Michelle Morgan.
Actually, people have often called me MM. Like that's been.
Oh,
I've
do you
known
think in
everyone
show
called me
business do you think in show business it helps to have a name that sort of like rolls off the tip of your tongue a bit easier?
I remember Amber. Like we'd sit there at signings. So Amber, who plays Amy, and hers, she's like Amber Marshall, and mine is like easy to write. And I think the two M's looks good. And she was always like, "Oh, I'm jealous of your signature." So thanks.
Yeah, mine's just a bunch of M's. Like I just keep writing M.
And
Yeah.
my middle name is Marie.
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
3. Oh.
I don't sign Michelle Marie Morgan, but
Oh, okay. Just say if you ever take over that Muffins franchise, that's like.
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Over the Muffins franchise.
We talk about rebooting shows. We never talk about rebooting franchises like food.
We don't talk about. So, what is like an old franchise that we could reboot, like from our childhood that's gone? Like Zellers.
Yeah, just the cafe. Just the cafe part would be great.
Totally.
Like the peas and yeah, people are saying hi to you already, Michelle. They're saying all my daughters have middle name Marie. Oh, that's neat.
It is a very common middle name. Do you remember from Goodfellas the scene where he first takes his new girlfriend to like a wedding, and then in her voiceover she's like, all of his cousins were named Paulie or Marie. Like, it's a very common name.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's quick update. You guys are done. Heartland's not filming. No, nothing's filming right now, but Heartland's wasn't filming right now anyway, right?
Not filming right now. No, we've aired season 13.
Wow.
And I can't talk about season 14 yet, but we were we're still sort of in that very optimistic but unsure space of like, will we do season 14 or not?
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I see. So discussions are happening. People are already asking about season 14. So
yeah, we're all wondering too, and we're very optimistic. We've heard good things.
Yeah.
The numbers last year, I'm doing that celebrity hair thing where you like look at your hair.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah, you're always like, oh, fix your hair.
Oh, it's getting longer. This is like the longest it's been in like 10 years.
Are you taking collagen?
Yeah, maybe. That's a good tip. Yeah. Yeah. So we're figuring that out. But you're also in Batgirl.
Batwoman. Yeah.
Batwoman, sorry. Oh, I knew I was gonna get that wrong. Yeah.
I was very briefly in the pilot. I'm her mother, mother, and so in her origin story scene, and then they brought me back for another beautiful scene where it's her bat mitzvah, and I will be back again this season. But everything is shut down now. All filming in Canada, I assume in the States, like all union jobs in Canada are down because you can't physical distance on a set. No. It's just impossible. Like,
no. SNL had a funny skit a few weeks ago before we shut down.
Are they filming?
No, they're done. But they had one like as people started talking about social distancing, and it was a soap opera that was implementing social distancing. So, like the slap scene was like this really elongated arm on the end of a stick slapping someone, and it was, yeah, it's this new reality.
SNL is like my favorite. If I'm not feeling good, I'll just like watch my favorite SNL scenes on YouTube. My favorite.
Oh SNL yeah, that's definitely. I rely on The Good Place a lot. Like I lean back on The Good Place and just like I'm just gonna watch this episode for the 20th time.
Really? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and I love that there's random Calgary jokes in it. Like I'm in Calgary.
Yeah. Well, isn't it Edmonton? Like the guy who figured out The Good Place, he's from Edmonton.
Well, he's from Calgary, but there's a scene they come. Yeah, there's a scene they come to Calgary. Yeah, and they make a joke about Edmonton.
But they didn't actually film that in Calgary.
No. I think so. It was in this bar called the Puking Moose.
Right. Yeah, that was so good. Yeah, I thought that was actually really genius. The guy who figured out The Good Place was on mushrooms. Some guy from Calgary.
Yeah.
So,
okay, before we do show and tell, there's one question from someone named Casey asking, do you have a favorite Lou moment?
Oh,
13 seasons.
I have a recent favorite one that I'll share. I was watching it the other day, actually with Amber. We were like co-watching it for fun.
Oh, fun.
And my kids were there, and we watched an episode in season 6 where my daughter gets a rash, and I blame this dog that we're taking care of that it has ticks. Turns out that my daughter has lice from her daycare. And so I freak out and like quarantine the whole house, and I'm like washing everything. But my kids came home with lice this year, and I did the same thing. I was just like, grab everything, throw it in a garbage bag, like we're washing everything. Like I totally reacted just like Lou.
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go.
I had forgotten about that scene from season 6 until I watched it with my kids, and they were laughing at me, and they were like, "Mom, that's what you really did."
Oh my gosh. So speaking of your kids, how are you managing having your kids at home and all that stuff? I know parents are really struggling with that.
I mean, the toughest thing is, as parents know, like we're used to our kids getting out so much energy, playing soccer, running around with their friends, having recess, having PE, doing all their sports, and that's gone. And I think that's one of the toughest pieces is like, it's up to us now. Like we've been out for hikes all the time and running around and just trying to help them process all this emotional stuff and try to help them sort of understand it, but not be overwhelmed by it. So I feel like that's honestly my main job right now is just helping my children stay emotionally balanced and make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important part. And they're not crawling all over you right now. So you've laid down the law about interrupting video interviews.
I know, I did. I was just like, guys, I'm doing this, go. But I think I heard my husband take them outside. So.
Oh, okay, good. I saw Minhas from Dragon's Den. I saw her on her LinkedIn. She put up a sign on her office door, and it was like mom's office hours. And it was like, here are the answers to your probable questions. And it was like, eat a piece of fruit, go outside, probably in the washing machine. Like it was like,
no, totally.
I thought that was funny. Okay, so this is show and tell. I'm going to show you mine first. It's sort of a CBC connection. It's more of just a story. So it's the book, The Rover's Return, like Coronation Street. Do you watch Coronation Street?
I'm not a Coronation.
No, you don't. No, so this is the whole joke. So I had never watched it. And through a random series of very fast emails and events in a matter of a week, I was on a plane to go. CBC sent me to go interview the cast of Coronation Street for 2 days.
I remember this. Yes.
Yeah. And I had never seen it before. So I was like,
how many seasons are there? Like 40?
Oh, it's been on for like 50 some years, I think.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I picked this book up on the way to the airport, and I just like read it the entire plane to London, being like, what? Like, and then I check in at the front desk, and they as you're signing in, there's a spot and you have to put your favorite Coronation Street character. Cause I was going to try to fake it. I was going to be like, I'll just fake it. And like the first question was like, name your favorite character. And I like looked at the secretary and a receptionist, and I was like, I've never seen this show.
Oh my God.
She just told me to put a name. And then the rest of the interviews, the cast was wonderful, but the publicist was super great. Would always give me like three lines of intro to say about that person before we walked over to them, kind of thing, to sort of like help me out. And then so because of that like assignment, I like fell in love with the show, and it's been so enjoyable ever since. I love it.
God.
Yeah. So this is my office. They love it, and I get why too. I wasn't sure at first, and then but that now it moves so fast, and there's so much. And there's so much history, so you can like, what's that person talking about? You can like Google it and be like, oh, that's why it's interesting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It takes a few weeks to get into for sure. Like you have to sort of commit to it. But yeah, every time I'm in my home office and I have this on my bookshelf. And so it's like a reminder to like always say yes. Like always say yes to an opportunity. Like just because you haven't, seen the show doesn't mean you can't make it work for you and stuff like that.
I love that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. What about you? What do you got for me today?
I actually have too many things. So we started with a book. I'll start with 2 books real quick. This book is a gift that was given to us for Christmas this year. It's called Moomin Trolls. This is a whole series of books from Finland, I believe, that are really popular in Finland. They're kids' books, but they're the best. they're so weird and they're kind of scary and
Yeah.
they're creepy and the characters are not perfect. So it's like not your typical kids book, but my kids are always like, what's happening? This is amazing. So I recommend this for parents looking for something cool for your kids. Moomin Trolls.
But it's not a picture book, right? You read it.
There are some images, like I'll see if I can find one. Like, so this is a Moomin Troll. This is what they look like. They're like these little.
Oh yeah, okay. It's not scary. Yeah.
No, like it's not, but it's like weird, you know. Like,
yeah.
Like I think Finnish people have a different idea of what children's stories should be, and there's like, it's not all scary. It's mostly not scary, but there's all these like just weird characters and things and
Michelle, we have someone from Finland. She's saying I'm from Finland. It's Soile, I think, Soile. I'm going to say it wrong. I'm sorry, but they're saying that those books are the best.
They're the best. I find in North America, our my phone's ringing. Let's turn off. I find in North
Mine was ringing too, and it was the accountant, and that's the last person I want to talk to right now.
Okay. In America, I find children's books are very black and white. There's good guys and bad guys, and the good guy wins, and it's quite usually predictable and formulaic. I mean, there's wonderful North American story writers, but I'm waving at a neighbor. But I find that I think that these books, it's just a bit more like you're always like, is that person a good guy or a bad guy? And people are complex.
Yeah.
And stories aren't a straight narrative. It's really interesting. And then the book I'm reading is, I like really recommend this.
Oh.
The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I have to say both of these were gifts from my brother and his wife, John Paul and Catherine.
Great gift givers.
They're really good gift givers.
Yeah.
It's about the Underground Railroad.
Okay.
It has magical realism, and it's like you'd expect a book about slavery to be, you know, very depressing, but it's somehow really uplifting.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. I'm really enjoying that.
Are you a fast reader?
No.
No, okay, yeah.
No, I'm not like, you know, you hear about this, like apparently, you know, you can like learn to read really fast.
Yeah.
Learn to like flash read. No, I'm not. I just enjoy it. I just really.
It takes me forever. I find I read a book and I just like fall asleep like within a page. So like yeah.
Good though. It puts you to sleep.
Exactly.
Can I share something else that I love?
Yes. Yes.
This app.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a meditation app. I've been meditating. I'm totally into it, guys. I have like crystals. I'm like, I have my like little altar, and I meditate, and it's like been really good for me.
And I think I saw earlier this week that Headspace is free for like Apple users, like for a year or something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would. They know the world needs it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Headspace that was doing that, which is really good.
Well, and normally their annual subscription is over $100.
Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, go ahead.
I use the Calm app sometimes. There's sleep stories.
Yes.
Where they have like people with the most beautiful voices just read the most mundane stories to you, and you
I liked it. I found though that like after I did the same one a few times, it wouldn't put me to sleep anymore. Like I think you need to like look for new ones or something.
You start listening to it, yeah. Like you start, and if you've ever like had a really bad sleep where you can't sleep at all, and you make it to the end of those stories, they're insane. Like they're talking so slow, and like it's just gibberish. It's just like no, it's just like it's like
it'll just down. So speaking of sleep,
yeah.
This is something else I wanted to share.
Okay.
It's from New Roots. I think they're Canadian.
Okay.
Canadian? Pretty sure it's non-GMO. It's vegetarian, but this stuff is awesome.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and it's made of like chamomile, hops. It's herbs. It has like magnesium, catnip. And so it's just like, it's not like a traditional sleeping pill.
And getting sleep right now is so important, you know, like to turn it off and to turn things off and just rest and drink water and all those things right now are like key.
And don't you find that's the hardest, like at night is when you are processing it all.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, we're thinking about everything we've heard and on the news, and it's hard.
Yeah. I said this morning, I'm going to challenge myself this weekend to like just put my phone in a drawer on Saturday and just like watch TV, but like, or clean around the house or go for more walks, and just because there's no news that we don't know already at this point. We're just like riding the wave at this point.
I think that's a really good idea. And I've been trying to not be like this in front of my kids all the time because it's tough. Like we want to see these news updates and we want to see what our friends are doing and stuff and stay connected through technology, but it's becoming too much. Like,
yeah,
I feel like I'm on my computer too much. And honestly, even when I'm getting invited to these like virtual, like have a glass of wine and stuff, I'm a little bit like, I'd rather just be off my computer. Like, I'd rather just like close my computer.
Yeah, I think the virtual stuff was fun for the first little while, and now it's like, okay, I need to do something else. What before I let you go, because I've taken way too much of your time and I appreciate it, but someone's asking, can you tell me about your necklace? It looks beautiful.
Oh yeah, this is I forget what it's called. It's not a citrine crystal. But I bought it at like one of those crystal and gem shops.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be protective. I'm gonna find out what it's called and like tweet it.
Okay.
I'd love for you to know the name, but I forget the name of the rock. But it's a gemstone that's supposed to be like emotionally protective.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't so sure about the gemstones and stuff, but then my friend gave me one for I think prosperity. And the day she gave it to me, out of nowhere, I got an email with like the biggest like speaking gig I've ever gotten asked before, like financially and audience wise and everything. And I was like, whoa. I was like, do they work that fast?
I think even if gemstones are totally like don't work, it's like the placebo effect, you know? It's like you're supposed to put positive energy in them and all that stuff. And then when you touch them, they're supposed to have good energy. And even if it's like just in my mind, it still works for me.
Yeah. Maybe it makes you feel like you're not alone. Like you have something else helping you a bit.
To like try to feel better. So if you're not feeling good and you pick up your crystal and you're like, oh, this crystal makes me feel better. Even if that's just in my mind, that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whatever gets you through. Yeah. Well, Michelle, thank you so much. This was so fun chatting with you.
Yeah, it's so nice to talk to you too.
It's been a while, and hopefully it won't be this long again to our next chat.
And next time we'll be in person.
Yes. I'm excited. Okay. Good luck with everything. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Okay.
See you soon.
Bye, Michelle.
Bye.